Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Soldiers Talk the Podcast. I'm your host, Staff Sergeant McPherson, and on this show we discuss military topics with current and prior service members. Today I have a special guest. Today I have Specialist Leblanc. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, Sarge?
I'm doing pretty good. Before we get started, go ahead and kind of tell the people, kind of introduce yourself to the people.
Hey y'all, my name is Specialist Leblanc. I'm originally from the Caribbean, but I've been in Brooklyn for about 4 years. Prior to that, I was in Louisiana, and now I'm in North Carolina serving the beautiful country.
Okay, so you said you from the Caribbean, right?
Yes, Sarge.
So how old were you when you moved over here?
I don't even know that math. I moved here in 2015. So I think I was like 21, 22 about that. Yeah, I think that's what I was.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with the MOS. So what's your MOS?
Right now, I'm a 92 Yankee, which is a unit supply specialist. Prior to that, I was a 12 Bravo, which is a combat engineer.
Okay, so what made you why did you chose 12 Bravo at first?
So I don't know. Like when I heard engineering, I just feel like it's something I want to do because it's hands on. Because I'm an outside person. Like I'm not the sit down at your desk type of person. I like to move around. But I got injured and I was medically reclassed to a 92 Yankee because I wanted to stay in the service.
Okay, so far as being a 92 Yankee, how long have you been a 92 Yankee?
It's about to be a year. Yep, it's about to be a year that I've been a Yankee.
Okay, so as a Yankee, so was this your first duty station like when you after you left AIT once you reclassed?
Yes, sir. This is as a Yankee, yes.
Okay. So uh do you like it? Do you like it so far?
Yeah, because like I love human resources, like that's my passion. And as a Yankee, I feel like you do everything in one. So you do human resources. That's just my opinion, and supply, and it's like everything in one. So I love it.
Okay, so being a Yankee, is it anything that you learned like far as like is there some things that you can name off the top of your head that you have learned as a 92 Yankee?
That I have learned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I learned that it don't matter if you're responsible or not for something. If you sign a paper, you got to be very not particular, very focused in what you're doing. Like you have to inspect something head on, top, bottom, left, right, center before you sign for it. Because once you sign for it, it don't matter if you're responsible or not. You're responsible for it.
Okay. So far as just property accountability,
That's correct, sir.
is that the only thing
That
that
I
you
learned so
that you
far
can
to
think of the
say.
top of your head?
Mm, I mean, there's a lot as a Yankee that we do all together. Especially being like we're in a medical brigade, so it's like it's a little bit different than it would probably be in another company. Like, but like really and truly, like just being accountable for your property to know how to manage as well. Um, it's not just I want this, I'm gonna order this. It's also fun. Like if you order something, that don't mean you gonna get it next week or next month. It could be a whole year you waiting for it because it's not funds are not available. All of that, like turning in stuff as well. Just like a day to day, everything I learn something differently every day, and it just get to love it more and more for me personally.
I got you. So far as leadership, so uh being under certain leadership, what did you ever like did they teach you some stuff or like did you have to pick up stuff on your own or tell me like how was your
Okay, so um, when I was in Virginia, I worked in the LTD. So I said this is like my first duty station, but it really sort of isn't. I worked in the LTD, which is as Yankees, you all go through the training school in Fort Lee. I worked there for 3 months under my Sergeant First Class Jones. So basically, I was in the testing center. So she taught me a lot of stuff in reference to working in that aspect under TRADOC. which we don't use here at all, but it's still like showed me how to navigate through different systems in GCSS so that I would know that prior knowledge. She's amazing person. Here I was under certain leadership initially that I had to learn stuff on my own. Like EUN Plus was my best friend. I would have to Google stuff, learn it on my own. But like, well, now I'm under you, and like you teach me stuff, and I even tell other people that like you show me how to go through it. You give me the opportunity to learn it on my own, and then if I ask questions, you're always willing to answer, correct me, or direct me. So like I appreciate that, and like everybody's not gonna be the same. Everybody teaching still skills is differently, but that like right now under the leadership and guidance that I'm on, I'm appreciative of it.
Okay, so far as leadership in general, what makes a great leader to Specialist Leblanc?
Me personally,
Mhm.
given a leader is not just somebody that delegates. To me, a leader is somebody that is willing to also help. So I'm gonna use me as an example. Let's say I'm a leader. I'm not gonna come and tell you, Sergeant McPherson, this is your tasking for today. I need you to get all of this done by 1600, and I'm done. I'm not gonna ask you no questions, or if you understand. To me, I'll be like, Sergeant McPherson, this is what I want you to have done for the day. If you have any questions, you could come and ask me. I have no problem helping you. This is where you could actually go and get the information. I'm not saying food, what they call it, spoon feed, but like still just, be willing to help. I'm not going to be like, you come and ask me a question, I'm going to ignore you or shun you off and expect that you know it, because you could be a commander, you're still not going to know everything because the system changes on a general. Um, as a Yankee, NSN's changing the system regularly. So if, for example, I order something today using a specific NSN, tomorrow the NSN is different. I can't order it. If I come and ask you, Sergeant McPherson, what can I do as a good leader? I would expect you to not tell me, direct me like, hey, this is where you could go get it, for future reference, in the instance that you're not there. So I believe like a good leader is not just somebody that gives instruction, but is also willing to help.
Okay, I got you. So we basically went through everything with Specialist Leblanc. She told you guys what her MOS is and stuff like that. So I kind of want to get into like, is there anything that you want to learn as a Yankee, or any like far as like moving forward, and anything you want to any goals you got?
Originally, my goal was to be an officer. I wanted to come in as an officer, but that wasn't possible. But like now, just seeing day to day, I feel like initially I was just gonna come do my 2 years as a Yankee and leave. But like my mind changes daily. Like I'm seeing that more that I learn stuff. I want to stay in and grow in this field. Like I don't think I would reclass unless like being made mandatory to me. I think I want to grow as a Yankee in the military because it's so much to learn. Like today, the some equipment that we got, like we got to go turn it in, and like I've never done that before with that particular equipment. So like I'm eager to see how that process go and just learn more and more. Um, I initiated my first flipple. Like I've worked on flipples before, but I initiated my first one today. So just
Go,
learning
go through that. Like, what was your experience doing that? Like,
the flipple. Well,
yeah.
when I saw the amount that the sergeant got, the amount that the government lost, I'm like, ooh, I would be pissed if that was me. But like for that, like that's what I said earlier. The sergeant is not responsible. Like he was not the one who damaged the equipment, but just because he's now gonna be the hand receipt holder, he has to go through the process. I'm not sure what the outcome is gonna be because with the flipple, he gets the opportunity to have everything investigated, and then whatever the final outcome is, take it from there. But that was interesting to me, and even start you helped me through it when I had certain questions, and there's something that both of us was a little confused about, and we researched it and found out about it, which is the estimated cost. So that was a learning experience for me as well.
Okay. So she basically explained one of the things that she learned as a 92 Yankee. So and her goals. So In closing, I would say, you got any type of advice or anything for just a soldier who might be coming into the military with nothing, like no clue of what's going on?
In general or MOS specific?
Just in general, both.
Okay. So in general, coming in, don't let the outside forces determine you joining the military. A lot of people, when I was deciding to join the military, I've been trying to join the military, actually, if I'm being honest, since I moved here. And I listened to outside forces be like, oh, you're going to go to war. The military don't mean you're going to go to war. The military don't mean war. There is so many MOSs out there. Like initially I came in as a 12 Bravo. So if we did go to war, that MOS would be front and direct. However, as a 92 Yankee, you may never see outside of the United States. You may never get deployed. There's so much you can do. You can be a mechanic, which I found out on Friday that one of the master sergeants here, his MOS is actually a mechanic. And I would never guess that because he's sitting in front of a desk all day doing work. So don't let outside forces determine or deter you from joining the military. If that's what you want to do, it's a good opportunity, especially if you're young coming out of high school. You can go get your education, make yourself set up yourself for a better future. You have that in your back pocket.
Okay, so there you guys go. Y'all have met Specialist Leblanc. Make sure you guys follow the page on Instagram at Soldier Talk the Podcast. Also, make sure you guys tune in on Apple Podcasts. Just search for Soldier Talk the Podcast. Also on YouTube too. So, this is another episode. This has been another episode of Soldier Talk the Podcast, and I see you guys in formation.